Good day. Welcome to a special edition of Spotlight on Mahopac Schools. I'm Eric Gross, along with Superintendent of Schools Anthony DiCarlo, and we're here at Mahopac High School to give you a tour of the new, revised, revamped, refurbished Mahopac High School, thanks to residents of Mahopac, who, of course, in 2019 approved that $54 million referendum allowing this construction to take place.
Yeah, and Eric, we've gone through kind of an iteration, right? When you and I started going through the old building and the areas that we wanted to have work on. And then we took the public through the initial phase of what it looked like back in the fall. And then since then, we've done a lot of punch list items, so most of the stuff has been complete. There's still some little areas you'll see on our tour that are still in need of finishing up, only because of issues with COVID and supply chain, whether it be furniture, whether it be equipment and whatever. We've had to wait longer than we wanted to. But phase one, for the most part, is being buttoned up. And then we're going to take a tour of what it looks like here at Mahopac High School.
Well, as you come into the Mahopac High School, the new vestibule, modern, beautiful, 21st century.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we talked about in all the buildings, and started here, is making sure that we have an entranceway where somebody comes in and there's a checking point. And you'll see that's exactly what we have here at the high school. You come in, you have to announce yourself. We have the security booth right now. Actually, our SPO is in there, so you have to check in before you actually get into the foyer.
And we're going to walk down the halls, and what's our first visit?
I think we're going to go to the music ring first, right? We're going to check out our new music room and our choral room.
Let's do it right now. The new, refurbished Mahopac Music Room. What a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unbelievable, because when we first started the discussions about the bond, one of the things that I think was clear that was presented to me by the Mahopac High School community was that there were all different areas curriculum-wise that needed to be refurbished. And this happened to be one of them. This was the original music room. When you look to our left of the old areas for storage, you looked at it and you're like, there's no words. Now we have storage in here, but we're going to go out later and show you. We actually have temperature-controlled areas that kids can place their instruments in and whatever, which is what we should have for our kids, the best kind of musical environment for learning, for performance. And this happens to be, music and orchestra take place in here, and it's really a state-of-the-art room, and it's got great aesthetics. It's soundproofed. It looks good, and not only are the kids excited about it, but more importantly, is our staff, who's been waiting for this for many, many years.
Mahopac has such a fine reputation when it comes to music and theater. Right. The kids deserve something like this.
Listen, there's no question. We've been recognized 2 out of the last 4 years talking about music in our community and our schools, being recognized on a national level. Our kids deserve to have the best spaces. And that's a thank you to the community, because back in 2019, they saw that need, and they were able to go out and pass the bond. And this is a part of it. This is one of the areas that was in such dire need. And you can see, the way it looks and, aesthetically, and how it fits all the needs. Nobody's on top of each other anymore. There's plenty of space. There's space to perform. There's places to put instruments. It's wonderful. I mean,
and the steps are gone.
And the steps are gone, right? The step up, and it's unbelievable. It really is. Again, and it's just the beginning. I mean, I know we spent $54 million, and we're just finishing phase one. Well, phase two will be coming up, and we can talk about that on our tour. That's more of the elementary schools. But part of the frustration a little bit, Eric, is because of COVID. And some of these supplies and materials have been delayed because of everything going on with production, petroleum products, trying to get product, being stuck out in California and trucking. So we're getting there slowly but easily, but this is a great start.
Okay. Should we take a look at that closet you're talking about?
Let's do that.
Let's do that right now. And Anthony, the basis of breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that when it comes to music, it's not just the performance area, it's then what happens to the instrumentation after you're done rehearsing. And it really is important that these, the kind of violins, violas, basses, timpani, all that stuff needs to be stored, not only stored, but stored in temperature control so it lasts for a long life shelf. And what we're able to do, and you can see, and it goes all the way back, another room like this, is create for the kids a temperature controlled cubicles that can store the equipment. And that was a big conversation that we had with the music department, that this was just as important as the actual learning space. So we were able to do this. We took a hallway that was behind the auditorium to do this. Staff had a great vision, and the vision now has come true.
So the students, when they're through with their lessons, come right in here, drop the instruments off, and instruments will last umpteen years.
Yeah. So and that's really important. So again, it's getting to be the state of the art, and especially in this area of music for our kids, and you can see it. It's just incredible. Where you have the bass and then you have the instrumentation here, you can hang your bow. It's so vitally important because it's that combination.
Okay. Where to next?
We are going to go to, I believe, upstairs
Okay.
to the Library of Media Center.
Let's do it right now. Looks like a professional music studio around here.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I mean, again, a credit to the music department. One of the things I talked about was creating an environment where the kids can come in and practice, soundproof. There's actually somebody playing the piano right now, and you can't hear it in one of the other rooms because of the soundproof, affect. So this is incredible. I mean, again, it's getting Mahopac Music Department to really where it should be. The kids deserve it, and we're providing it to them. And you see it in their conversations. They're excited about it. The staff is excited about it, and it's great. It's really, really us getting to where we should be as a high school when it comes to music.
We don't want to forget about the chorus.
No, and of course, right now the chorus room is being used because they're auditioning for the upcoming musical, so we couldn't get in there. But again, another space that was transformed, soundproofed, looks great, and it's just a part of the bond. And again, I want to thank the public.
We have science to visit. We have a library to visit, the cafeteria as well. You stay tuned. The revamped hallway outside the science wings here at Mahopac High looks like a museum.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talk about, our science department, how our kids perform very well, both in sciences in school and then outside of school with our science research programs. And we heard clearly, from, and again, if you look at the old pictures, if you remember, you had desktops, you had equipment, you had cabinetry that was the originals. And we owed it to the kids, again, in the sciences. So this is the science wing with the new classrooms. We're going to get in there in a second. Teachers are enjoying it. The students are. And again, state of the art.
Mm-hmm.
What our kids deserve, because when they leave here and go into college and ultimately their career, they should be able to participate in the best learning environments possible. And we were able to do this as a part of our bond.
Okay, let's check out one of those classrooms right now. The science rooms at Mahopac High, totally revamped, refurbished as well. Mike Revinson is a longtime science teacher here at the high school, and this is his room. And if you recall, about a year or so ago, when Anthony and I visited, it looked nothing like this at all. How has it been for you and the students at Mahopac High School with this new equipment?
Well, the students really appreciate the new, cleaner working ambiance. All of our drawers, the sinks are in working order, and the gas jets will be coming on soon. So it's much easier atmosphere to then perform the labs in, a much safer atmosphere.
And Anthony, again, we want to thank the community for their support that allowed this to occur.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember when we were in here in Rev's old room, I mean, we literally saw sinks that were archaic, rusted, peeling, orange top counters, cabinets that were broken, like everything else. We want our kids to have the best instructional spaces. And so at the end of the day, this is what we're trying to do. Science is a big program here at Mahopac High School. Our kids perform very, very well. Rev not only does the science aspect of it, he does our EMT program. And we want our kids to be in the best possible spaces that they can possibly be. And when we walked this building and we saw these science rooms that were here, it was time. It was time for a refurbishment. As was just mentioned, as Rev said, like everything else that I've talked about, some of this stuff is delayed because of supply chains issue, because of things that are petroleum-based that have to be done. We're getting there slowly but surely, but this gentleman is an icon in our community, and we owe the kids. You take a look at the furniture and the sitting. You can move things around. You can be able to work in groups and teams, individually, and that's what science is all about, right? It's about exploration, and these learning spaces allow them to explore, allows Rev to, really get with kids individually in groups and put them on projects that they can really start to think about, what science is all about.
Amen.
Absolutely. Very happy with the new room and the new equipment. Hopefully we can move on in a positive fashion from here.
Rev, thank you very much. Michael Revinson joining us here as the tour continues at Mayapack High. You walk into the Library Media Center here at Mayapack High, and it's wow. That's all you can say.
Yeah, again, a long work in progress, but transformational. Like if you remember what the old library looked like, again, and now the space, it's really a learning space. It's individual, it's for groups, it's for kids to come in and do research projects. So not only here on the main floor where they can get together and work, you can see those cubicles back there. They can work individually or in group. There are, in each one of them, we have a monitor that they can use and they can bring up with their computers. And then up here, we have makerspace areas. So it really is a library and media center for a variety of different things that kids can do during the day. They can come up here, they can do their research, they can do homework, they can do a variety of things, during the school day, after school, and that's what it's supposed to be for. It's the hub of learning for kids.
When will this be finished?
So right now, we're still getting in equipment. There was some equipment that's been back ordered. Some of the books are coming back, from downstairs and being put on. Yeah, so probably within the next number of weeks, we should be closer. But we're getting there. And again, everybody's been patient. But again, transformational learning space for kids, for our staff to come in also and use it. It's, it really is state of the art, and it's what our kids should be exposed to. And again, I want to thank the community for allowing this to happen. And this is going to be happening in every single school. So library media centers now, in the elementary and middle school are going to be transformed into learning spaces like this.
As I said, when you walk in, it resembles a college campus.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really nice job. I think, again, the involvement from our librarians and the input from the high school is important. And, ultimately, it's going to be a great space for kids to be able to study and learn.
Shall we check out the new cafeteria?
Yes, we should.
Let's do that right now.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. The modern cafeteria at Mayapack High School. It looks like a college campus. Coffee bars, fresh sandwiches, hot dishes. It's amazing.
Well, the same way you want the kids to be in learning spaces, you want them to be in spaces, social, emotional, getting together, coming together during lunchtime, and providing them with quality, selections, which is really important. Like you said, paninis, coffee bar, regular kind of lunches in the back, all brand new equipment. Again, truly something that we needed. Part of the bond. Want to thank the community because these are the kind of environments our kids should be in.
Lunch is still free in Mayapack?
Yeah, for this year, yes, because of what we're going through with the COVID pandemic. And again, the kids get choices, the standard lunch, but if they want to do add-ons, then they can do that. And, we're seeing, like anything else, you provide people with a new and fresh atmosphere, more people are going to come, they're going to, they're going to want to eat, and it's a great environment. Great environment.
We're here in the STEM section at Mayapack High School. If you remember that corner at the end of the building, Anthony said about a year and a half ago, wait till you see the completed product. It's almost complete. Yeah,
and again, this is like the STEM suite, and we talked about this, about science, technology, engineering, and math, when we talked about the STEM fair that goes on at the middle school, how this feeds up to it. And the project Lead the Way, which I know Dr. Lawrence is a big advocate of when we're talking about engineering, computer science, technology, which are jobs that are in such demand. What better opportunity to have our kids start to participate in that program? And this is the kind of space that they need to be able to have the state-of-the-art equipment and technology in front of them to do some of these great types of learning and projects.
And like a couple of the other stops that we visited today, you saw that the work is not yet completed. In the next wing over, they're actually putting in some ceiling as we speak right now. So once that supply chain opens up, the work will be done.
Yeah, and again, it's a work in progress. I mean, it's technology issues that we have to get. We talk about computer chips, talk about products that are made with petroleum, so little by little, and I have to thank the staff for their patience because, nobody could have anticipated this when we passed the bond, that this was going to happen the following year. But again, it's a tribute to the educators here, to the leadership team here, And these are the community for allowing this to happen. I mean, we've done this walkthrough, and you can see that it really has been, in some areas of the building, transformational. I'm not going to say to you, Eric, that we don't have more work to do. We always will have work to do. And one of the things that I've stressed is in the future, though I won't be here, is that the district, once this bond is passed, is really look at the 5-year plan and talk about doing projects that need to be done maybe every other year, so that you're keeping up with things and not having to wait for an extended period of time to do a multi-million-dollar project. And I think that the community is looking forward to that. I think, you know, the administration would be happy to look at it. So you start an ongoing cycle of repair.
It's like buying school buses or leasing school
Correct,
buses.
correct.
Has to be done on a regular basis.
Correct. And listen, you know, you're in buildings that, you know, are older buildings, and you're going to have issues with HVAC. You're going to have issues with plumbing. That's just the core inside mechanisms. Never mind some of the other stuff that needs to be done. But through time, you know, I'm confident this is a great start. You know, and I want to thank the community for allowing this to happen.
Thank you, community. We hope you've enjoyed your tour of the new refurbished Mayapack High School. For Superintendent of Schools Anthony DiCarlo, I'm Eric Gross. Stas Przmilski, we thank you, sir. We couldn't do without him, can
No, we couldn't. He's lugging stuff up and down and around, and he's the man behind the scenes, so thank you, Stas.
Thank you, Stas. Thanks again for joining us. Be well. See you all next time. Spotlight on Mayapack Schools.
For more information, please visit our website, www.mayapack.org. More videos can also be found on our YouTube news channel, mcsd.news.